Moving on to our next review, we both got to go see Polite Society yesterday. So that is new out this weekend.
Yeah.
This is a comedy sort of action movie. Okay? I mean, the action is is part of the comedy, I would say. It's currently rated at 91% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with an 84% audience score. It's only an hour and 43 minutes. You go ahead and give your thoughts on this first, dear.
I liked it. It was cute. It's not really my thing. I don't have a sister. I think if you had a sister, an older sister, that married a douchebag guy, and you knew he was a douchebag, and you didn't like his family, this movie's for you. Basically, because you can envision what could happen if only you could be the superhero to like beat up the mom and stop the wedding and rescue your sister. Because really, this is like basically, it's like an extreme version of that. And basically, all they want the sister for
this is spoiler free.
Oh, yeah,
spoiler free review.
Spoiler free. Anyway, basically, if there was a jerk going to marry your sister and you could stop it, this would be the movie for you.
What would you do? And she's like 17 or something?
Well, it's just, and it's like sisters getting along, loving each other and living at home, and then of course your sister has to grow up and leave, right? Now, sometimes it could be the younger sister getting married first, but most of the time it's the older sister. Anyway, it's kind of, this movie's for you. You see that douchebag guy and she's really into him and you're like, why are you into him? He's a douchebag. So this movie would be for you. For me, I don't have a sister. I have a younger brother. This doesn't really apply to my situation. It was fun. It was cute. It's just not for me.
You didn't like this?
I liked it enough, but it's not. It was cute. I mean, it's just basically, whoever wrote this really wanted their sister not to marry that guy. And it's like an exaggerated kind of version of that. I thought it was cute. I'll give it probably like an 87 or something. I thought it was cute.
Okay, so audiences have given, I just said it, but so I think it's at 84%, 91% critic rating, 84. This was it's not too long, it's not too short either, hour and 43, so it's a comedy movie. It's about these two sisters, and one of them's growing up, the other, and they want to support each other. The younger one wants to support the older one more, okay? And doesn't want her to give up on her dreams. It's all about your dreams and what you want to be.
It's also not wanting, she wants
and
her
it's
to
very
stay
much
as she
about
is.
Indian culture, and this takes place in London.
They're Pakistani.
Sorry. East Indian culture, but specifically Pakistani. I'm not trying to insult anyone here. And the culture and its portrayal, it's great. I love it, okay? Reminds me of the Ms. Marvel series. And they have, there's this party at one point. I think it's called an Eid Soiree or something. I'm probably butchering that. I apologize. They have these great parties, and then there's this, I don't want to give it away, but there's some great parties, and there's some great outfits and dresses and everything.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
And dancing. You gotta have the dancing.
There's a little bit of dancing, not that much dancing.
The fighting is more like a dance, and so it's a choreography,
not
and it's
very much dancing
it's very
for
fun.
this type of movie.
Now,
There's
it's
really
got
one
some
big
people
dance.
in it that I recognize. It's got Ritu Arya, who plays Lena. That's the older sister, and we saw her recently in
Umbrella Academy.
Yep, we saw her.
She plays Diego's crazy girlfriend.
Now,
she's really good at fighting. She fights a lot in that as well.
Here's who I noticed in it: Nimra Bucha, or Buka. I'm probably mispronouncing it. She plays Riala. That's the mother-in-law. She's the villain. Okay, and we just saw her as she played one of the Jinn in Ms. Marvel. And she was great in that.
Yeah, she's the evil.
And she's got this great voice.
Yeah.
Okay? Now,
she's evil.
I don't know how she got that voice, whether she was born with that or something else, but she has this great sinister voice, and how she's able to look on camera and make herself look really sinister and malicious. She's doing a great job acting. She's acting circles around everyone else. And then she's got this son who's like this mama's boy. Oh my goodness.
That is the culture to pamper the boy. And if there's only one boy, the only child, I mean, yeah it's very typical how he's portrayed.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's hilarious. It's definitely hilarious, okay? And so you're watching this, and it's a funny comedy, and then suddenly, I'm not going to spoil it, but it takes a left-hand turn, which kind of reminded me of a couple of movies. It reminded me of Get Out, even though this is not a scary movie, and it reminded me of that independent film, Thank You for Calling, which had Lakeith Stanfield in it. In both those movies, you're watching it, and then suddenly these movies take a left-hand turn that comes out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa! And it does that in this, except it's not to as extreme as those movies, and it's done more in a funny way.
Yeah. It's
I'm
a
not gonna
parody
give it away,
of what
but
really happens in
great.
real life when basically the
with the arranged marriages.
Basically, yeah. Like in our office.
And the mama's boy.
We've had an arranged marriage, and that poor girl, that's all I can say. That poor girl.
Why?
Because the mother-in-law that is on, basically arranged this, and now she has to marry that guy, and he's like not good.
Yeah, he's I don't want to get into that.
And I feel so bad, but this is the situation, and it happens all the time in those families where there's a match, it's arranged, and sometimes someone doesn't get it's not in their favor.
Yeah, I guess one person's a little bit higher up on the food chain, and they kind of have to marry someone who's a little bit lower, let's say.
Because they have a better mother
at arranging the marriage.
Arranging it.
Okay.
That's basically what
well,
it's
good
about.
on that mother, right?
Yeah, well, this is what it's about.
That's her doing her job.
It's all about the mother, and
Because my understanding, and I don't know much about this culture, but from my perspective, arranged marriages are not about bringing two people together. They're about bringing together two families, okay? Which is a very great concept. And if it works, great.
Yeah.
This movie, it was a fun time. It had a lot of laughs in it. I wasn't busting a gut through the whole time, but I had a really fun time. And I would have enjoyed this seeing it in a full theater, because it was only like 3 people in the theater, aside from me, when I went to go see it. So, not that popular. It's made in English, but I think it's made for a different market. It's all English subtitles. So now a lot of people don't like subtitles, so you just kind of have to
subtitles.
Because you watch closed captioning all the time on TV, but I'm not used to it, and it's distracting. But I just kind of not pay attention to it because you don't need it, because the subtitles are in English.
Yeah, well, it's. I guess it could play in different places.
Yeah, I think it's made for other markets.
Yeah.
Anyway, love it though. But then again, in India, in the two main languages in India are supposed to be English and Farsi, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below. So English is a main part of the culture in other parts of the world. So I think that's why it was made in English, my guess. The families in it are great. The 2 ladies playing the sisters are great. The 2 different moms, especially the one who's a villain. She's great, but the other mom, she's funny as well.
Yeah.
So really good character work, and it's not too long. If you're looking for a fun time at the movies and you just want to have a good laugh, go see Polite Society. It's great.
Yeah.
I give it a best movie ever. It's not my all-time high, but I had a fun time.
I liked it. It wasn't really for me, but yeah, if you know someone that has a marriage like that and you just wish that you could have stopped it, this is for you. Because someone's getting not a good deal on this arrangement, right?
This director is also the screenwriter. Her name is Nida Manzoor, or Manzoor.
Yes.
This is her first movie.
Oh, great.
Good job on this, lady.
I mean, it's really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What rating did you give this?
I think like an 86 or something.
And you said it wasn't for you?
It's not really for me. It's not happened to me, but if you were in this situation, you would give this movie like a 99.
Yeah.
Because it's if only you could have done what this girl does.
However,
basically.
This culture isn't mine. I like learning and enjoying other cultures. So as a pretty hardcore white guy, I mean, it's hard to find someone more white than me. I had a fun time, and it was great, and I enjoy learning about this stuff and seeing other cultures.
That much, so that's why to me it's not.
But it's comedy fighting.
I know, but it's not. Anyway, they had some good moves in it. I'll give them that.
Those actresses must have had a great time, like in those fight scenes. They looked like they were having a ball. They were chewing all the scenery.
They had to wear these big dresses though to do
Yeah,
it.
that must have been difficult.
Yeah, hard.
Apparently, though, Jedi robes are like the worst to fight in.
Well,
they're terrible. That's what
everyone
everyone
says.
says.
She takes her earrings off at one point, but it looked like it was difficult.
But they still have these like
there
heavy
was
necklaces.
So much beating and like it looked like it was hard.
It'd be hard to move in those things.
Anyway, it was fun. I liked it, but if you ever, or it doesn't matter if you're not from that culture, if you ever knew someone you didn't want them to marry that guy because you knew that they was basically not a good guy and his mother was behind it all, there you go.
Or just a bad family.
This will make you feel so good.
Yeah, go check out Polite Society in the theaters. It's a fun time. Come back and let us know your thoughts down below, and if you saw it, let us know. Did you like it or not? We want to hear from you. We might read that out on a future episode.